here it is. I'm leaving in a couple days, as I said probably 20 times already. There's been some really, really good times, and there's been some not so good times. More good times than bad times. Here I go. I came in to CBL kind of nervous, kind of not nervous. I knew what I was getting into, but I didn't know the group of people. When I moved in here, the boys at the time were Adam and Taylor, who were dating, and Vane. My first official day as a CBL boy, Adam and Taylor took me to the back rows, and we sat there and smoked that spice that they were so afraid to have it here. And then, Taylor had just gotten in his car maybe a week before, and so we're back there. We just have a great first day. And I kind of want to do something in memory on my last day to, think, oh, you started off this way, you're in this way, but I don't think that's going to happen. Maybe have to change it up, not smoke spice, because I'm not really a big smoker like that. Since then, I have lived with, well, let's just go through the boys. Adam, I got along with good at the beginning, I believe. We had a lot of things in common, and that's when I was waking up really early, and we had some good, talks, and I still talk to him today. He was excited when I said that I was going to move to Orlando, and he was excited when he thought he was going to come. Of course, come here for the parties, but of course, life happens, and you get a job, and you can't really necessarily see people that you want to see, or people decide to change their mind instead of staying in Orlando and going back home to Michigan. Taylor's Taylor. Taylor. Tater Tots. Tay, whatever you want to call him. We were okay at first. I mean, there was nothing really special there. He was really into, Adam, and they had their own thing going on, which is understandable. They were together. When Adam left, that's when we kind of got closer. We were close, and we became good friends. And what really, really made us closer is when I went to Orlando with him and stayed a few days with him, because we had the same friends in common from when I lived there. So it was good to hang out with him that week. Of course, he ended up leaving the next week after that, but that's a little bit, let's not go into that, because I was upset that he left. He wanted to stay here. Of course, he knew that he wasn't going to be able to stay here, and then he kind of fell apart near the end. Vane. Let's go into Vane now. What to say about Vane? Speechless. Vane and I got off a pretty good start at the very beginning. Well, more in my app period than at the very beginning. Let's just put it that way. Of course, I was trying to get into the house. But I was still myself, and I didn't really judge him right away. I was trying to put it off to the side and just get to know him. And that's really the thing about Vane. Yes, I had my moments with Vane. We've all had our moments with him. But that's who he is, and that's what I love about him. He doesn't change for anyone. It's the moments when you get him by himself and you just start talking to him and you really get underneath his skin is what is really what I like the most about him. I may have called him many names. Stupid and conceited and this and that. And you know what? Vane has been one of my better friends since I moved down here out of everyone. I always know I can call Vane. And he puts up a very big front. But deep down inside, if you really pay attention to him, he's very smart and he has a brain, and he just doesn't let people get too close to him. If it's because of things that has happened in the past, it is what it is. But he's a good boy. He really is. And I hope he really finds the best in his life. He's still really young. He's still only 18. So, come January when he turns 19 and the year after that and so on, I'm sure he will grow up and learn that, well, he still has a lot of learning to do. Put it that way. He's smart. He knows what's going on, but he still has a lot of learning to do. And I'm sure that he will do that, especially with Zach showing him the way. Since then, we had Kenny. Yes, Kenny. I liked him for like the first day, maybe 2 days. Maybe when I found out that I wasn't going to have sex with him, but I was just playing that because I just wanted to, fuck around, whatever. Looking back, I don't even know why I wanted to mess around with him. Little 5'2", whatever he was. We called him Mexican. Obviously he wasn't a friend because I've talked to him maybe once since he left the house. And you know what? I'm doing fine without him. I hope he has fun with his whole witchcraft, whatever it is. But, you know what? Go make some tacos, Mexican. Anyways, let's go to Maddie Magnificent. I actually messaged Maddie before I came down here. And he didn't reply back, that fucking bitch. Anyways, and when I first met him, he was very off to himself, and I had known that I had messaged him and he didn't reply back. And we kind of gave up this big front to each other, but not, and we started hanging out, and we kind of started getting to know each other. To a certain point, we were like the same person. We were on almost the same level. We like to do the same things, and we had a lot in common. He was another good friend of mine while I was down here. Of course, then he got caught up with the Peter situation, which I was kind of part of that, kind of not. And I told him since that first week that I think they needed to break up. And I hate to say this, Matt, if you're listening, but I told you so. No one listens to me. I've been saying that for 6 months. Just listen to me. I'm usually right. Usually, keyword. I know, Zach, you're laughing at that. Because I am usually right. No, I'm kidding. But I had some great times with Matt when he gets drunk in this chat. He would get drunk in chat, and I would have to carry him away and make it to the other chat. It's take his chat. Or how about that one time when he got drunk in Ybor against the wall, and me and Vane had to carry him to the vehicle and lay him down. The best thing, one of the best Matt's drunken moments is he gets so drunk in his bed, he gets up in his bed, goes outside, opens the screen door, apparently gets on top of the table, knocks everything off, and then pees off of the table on the patio. And then goes inside. Of course, he knocks it off ashtrays and beer bottles and this and that and all over the stuff. And he goes back to bed, leaving the screen door wide open. Oh, Matt. I had some good times with Matt. I hope everything goes good with him. Apparently now he's going to have an apartment by himself, so I'm happy for that. And I hope he finds the person that he's looking for. He still has some learning to do, as we all do. But, you know what? He has his he's from New York. Let's put it that way. He has a big backbone. So, it may take him a little bit to use it in certain situations, but usually he's just quick to do it. And that's why I love him. My little, my Michael, he's my Michael to me. He's Michael, I'm James St. James. We even still text each other, calling each other that to this day. Since him, for a brief period, there was Joseph. Joseph and I got off on a good start, and then we had a really, really bad start when it was the whole Josh and Joseph. Joseph's a good guy. He's very sweet. A lot of people may look at him and be like, ew, what is that? Why should I talk to him? Why should I? He's not the type of person that I would look at and be like, oh, I wouldn't be friends with that. He's very nerdy and geeky, and I don't know half the things he's saying when he's talking about the megahertz or this or that or whatever when he gets into his computer talking or this and that. It's just, exactly the same way when they start talking like this. I sit there and nod, yeah, because I have no clue what they're talking about. But that's what they get into. So, you know what? If that's what you enjoy, then do it. Obviously, you're doing something right if you're where you're at right now. You're happy doing what you're happy doing. So, good. Yeah. Good job, Joseph. Who do we talk about next? Either Robbie or Nate. Technically, I guess Robbie's still here, so we'll leave Robbie. We'll leave Robbie near the end. Let's just talk about Nate. Nathaniel Marshall. I'm not going to try to be biased when I say this. So, as a person, when I first got to meet him, I thought, he was alright, he was cool. He started opening up CBL to what I remembered it when I visited CBL. Of course, things didn't end the same way. However, I'm kind of glad I met him, because near the end we fell pretty bad apart. But through the whole situation, I would like to say that even though I was so mad and pissed off about certain things, I stayed true to myself the whole time. And I'm not going to say I didn't get angry or too mad, because I did. I did get really, really mad. But I believe I handled how mad I was very well, because I was furious. I had my I didn't jump into any of his chats and be like, oh, this, that, blah, blah, blah. I tried to take my feelings and everything and put it to the side to talk to him. Of course, that never happened. But I was able to call my other friends, people that I have for support, and talk to them. And even though if it was just me just screaming about this or that, whatever, it let me know that I have friends out there that will listen to me. And I'm sure a lot of you out there listening to this will, would let me call them and talk to them. Which is why I love you guys members so much, because I know that you guys will have my back. Not only while I was here at CBL, but after I was here at CBL. And now here comes the tears. So let's continue on. Chance. I haven't really got to meet Chance. I know I said that I didn't like him at first. And I kind of would like to take that back now, because he seems like a good guy. I haven't really talked much to him, but he seems like a good guy. And I hope his 6 months here, I don't think he'll last 6 months, but I hope he enjoys it. I hope he takes his time to fix everything that he wants to fix and help him in his life. I think CBL has done quite a bit for me, even though it may not look like it, but I believe so. And I hope it does the same thing to him as it did to me, if not more, help him out. Same with Greg. Greg is such a shy little quiet boy unless he gets starts smoking or whatever, or drunk. Then he's all talk blah blah blah. Greg's a good boy. He's a sweetheart. When you really get him into, he has a lot on his mind. He has a lot of opinions. He just has learned to keep it to himself a lot. And I hope CBL is able to break that out of him. And it's not a bad thing to keep all your opinions to yourself, but I just wish he will open up some more. He needs that, and I'm sure CBL will help him out. Now to Robbie. Robbie, my sister. I have known Robbie. I talked to Robbie last year in August when I was originally going to come down here and apply. And I got to know him there. And we stopped talking until I came down here for a little bit, and randomly he checked his Facebook and seen that I had sent him a message. We hung out a few times, and then with Robbie, I hope he gets what he wants in life. He has so much going for him. Even though situation isn't great with his family, they're getting better, and he has learned so much and so mature for him. I wish that at his age I was like him. He's a general manager for a restaurant. He has a car. He's not the youngest thing anymore. He's not older, but he has a lot of life to live, and he's already got a lot going for him. So I'm happy for him. I just hope he finds the person to truly, really, really love, and love him, and him love. I hope he finds someone truly to love, and for that person to love Robbie back just as much, and not to go, be like his ex was or anything else. Because Robbie doesn't need that. Robbie's a good boy. He really is. I hope he finds who he's looking for. And I'm sure he will. It might not be tomorrow. It might not be in a month. It might not be in a year or 5 years. But he will. So I hope everything goes good with him. And I will see him again. Now the last person I want to talk about is Mr. Zach. What to say about Zach? You old fart. I'm kidding. You know I love you. If it wasn't for Zach letting me come down here and actually applying and living here, I wouldn't have got to meet anybody. I wouldn't have got to finish, meet any of the boys that I just mentioned. I wouldn't have got to meet some of the great members. And I knew Zach back in 05, 06, whatever year it was. And since then, he has changed a lot. He's a completely different person. And I know he, just like Robbie, is looking for someone to hold at night and to love and care for him. And I'm sure he'll find that. It may be a little bit harder for him, but I'm sure he will find it. And he deserves, he's the type of guy that knows what he wants and he goes for it. And when he does things, he does it big. And he's very successful at whatever he does. I'm sure at times it may seem that he doesn't always have the right thing on his mind, or we look at him and think one thing, but another thing. It's not like that. And if I could take anything back home from him, it's definitely going to be how he has a kind heart. He will talk to anybody about anything. He doesn't judge, or at least from my point of view, he won't judge you at all. At all. He talks to anybody, and he doesn't care about your past he doesn't care about your past. He doesn't care about what you look like. He doesn't care about anything except for you. He wants to know you. And that's what I think a lot of people, including me, need to learn. Not to look at someone and just judge them by the clothes they wear, the way they do their hair. He's a good guy, and I thank him so much for letting me have this opportunity here at CBL. So I keep stopping because I said I was going to cry, and I thought I was all cried out. Obviously not. I want to thank you guys for these past 6 months. I'm not going to, I'll be around. I'm planning to come down to Florida next month to visit and do a few things, and hopefully be able to see you guys. I want to thank you guys for this past 6 months for being there whenever I had a problem. I know my late night chat people when I was really upset about, being cock blocked or upset about home or anything. I would come in here and just cry and talk to you guys, and you guys always made me feel better no matter what. And I know I can always just jump on CBL and talk to you guys. I met a lot of great people here, and I won't forget them. I'm gonna go before I get more sappy. I can't even read the screen to see how long this is. 35 minutes. I guess that's what happens when you talk about every single boy you live with. I hope I didn't forget any boys. If I did, oh well. But okay, I will talk to you guys later. Bye. Farewell. It's my last time I get. Oh, and I will be on a reality TV show, don't worry. If it's either Big Brother or Survivor, we'll find out. Anyways, I'll see you guys later. Bye.